Okay, so you might kind of figure out where this is going. So this is a blank, and I did a video on it already, and I do have some work that I need to do on it. I think the tang, maybe, if that's what it's called, is slightly bent. I need to straighten that. But this is either a blade blank that someone was making a knife out of and give up, or had made a knife and just didn't finish. I don't know if it was, made. I don't know if this is, cheap steel, soft steel, or what. But I got this knife to practice on, and I've got some other knives that I want to practice on. And I'm at work. There's some hardened steel chipper blades that I am going to ask if I can have some of them to have some knives steel to practice on, because this is what I really want to try to do some videos on, is making some knives. And my best bet is to start with some kind of a blank. And so this is going to be a practice piece to try to get somewhere in for making this one. This is kind of a combination, and I'm not going to open it up because I don't know how long it's going to be before I can make something out of it. This is kind of like a Bowie slash, it's got to be a Bowie blade. It looks like a Bowie blade. Back when I was young, they made them big old huge Bowie knives, bad to the bone type deals. And I really want to make one. I want to make it look pretty cool, and I also want to make a scabbard out of it. I think I've got enough leather to try my hand at potentially stitching something together and doing something with that. And so that's kind of what my plans are with all of this, is to try to make something. Practice with those, and then we're going to try and do the real thing with this right here. So this right here, you can see Pakistan stamped in the handle. So it comes from the Middle East. The handle here, from what I'm looking at, I would say this is probably hammer forged potentially. And then it is hand ground. I've watched several videos on YouTube, because YouTube is my television. I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube. So, and I've watched several of them on, knives being made in Pakistan, air guns, and just all kind of stuff being made in Pakistan, you name it. It's just fascinating videos watching this stuff being shaped. And it's kind of a cool factor to me. That I can, and I think this is like a 10.5 or 11-inch blade, or I swear it's probably, I don't know. Let me just find out. It is a 11.5-inch blade. And so it's just fascinating to watch somebody take a piece of steel and then make something useful out of a block of steel. And so when I got my milling machine and my lathes and stuff like that, I could never look at metal the same again. Old rusty piece of metal on the side of the road was a gold mine. It was a solid gold bar to me, because I knew what I could do with it. Just playing around with my metalworking equipment, I had learned how to take a rusty old piece of drive shaft, or a shaft off of a four-wheeler or something like that, a spline, and cut the spline off of it, smoothing it out to just a smaller piece of shaft, and then making a pin out of it, or just whatever. And so the possibilities are endless when you have those tools. And so I could never look at a piece of metal the same again, because I knew the potentials of what I can do with it. So where everybody else would just be throwing an old rusty piece of metal away, I would be wanting to keep it. What do you want that old piece for? Because I can make some stuff out of it. And so I'm not looking and seeing a piece of rusty steel there. I'm looking at and seeing knife blades and just parts for stuff, just you name it. And so this right here is like a little passion that I've wanted to be able to do. And so I want to do this on YouTube, because you guys are going to teach me. So that's how this works. So I watch, I do this stuff, I put this stuff out there, shape it, do the wrong thing, and then y'all correct me and tell me the right way. And that's how I'm going to learn how to do it the right way, is by doing it the wrong way and letting y'all watch me. So that's kind of the thought process here. But I wanna do it the wrong way on this, and y'all teach me the right way, versus doing it the wrong way on this and then having to buy another one. How much was this? They have many different blanks, and I'll probably be going back to Blade HQ again and buying some more blanks once I know what I'm doing somewhat on making a blade. Now, eventually, I want to just take a flat piece of metal, and that's what those chipper teeth at work would be, a flat piece of metal, and grinding the bevels on them and everything, completely shaping the blade from nothing. Because I've always been very, just thought really cool of the old Roman style sword. And I don't see. Now, y'all go ahead and make fun of me and laugh and everything else because I suck at drawing, but still, you got, you have that standard blunt-ish, sharp-ish tip with a double edge, an edge on this side and an edge on this side, and you got your apex in the center of that blade, and just whatever kind of hilt, hand piece, and all of that on there, which I'm thinking leather of some sort or something like that. But that style blade, I've always wanted to make one like that, but only a long one, like in the 6, 7, 8, 10 inch long, like a tiny short sword. So these right here, I think this blank right here was $16.95 or $17.95. And then I put a decent handle on it, which I really think I can put a really good handle on it. But I put a really good handle on it for whatever the wood costs or whatever I can find a tree branch out there and make a handle. And then what most people would be paying, $100 plus for a knife, I paid $17.95. And then the blanks start, in the $5-ish and going up. I mean, they got them for little or nothing. And then they've got another one where it's a kit to build a switchblade, and they were out. Man, I would have bought that one, but they were out. I wanted that one so bad. But they didn't, it was out of stock, so I wasn't able to get it. But I am looking to get that somehow or another, just because. So these are cheap. They're easy to get, to do a lot of the practicing and stuff on. And so you also got the hand guard. It's all shaped and made. This one right here, I'm gonna have to make one on, and I think I am going to use either brass or possibly copper, because I have a bus bar out of an old power distribution box that was, I don't even remember where I got it. It was maybe at one of the government institutions or an old school or something. It was some kind of a tear down that we went in. And before you say anything, no, I didn't steal it from the government, because when my company went in and tore something out of a company or place, that all belonged to us and for us to dispose of. Literally, I had people at like the VA, they would come to me and say, "Look, I want that." I said, "Well, you can have it. I mean, you saved me time from having to go haul it off and throw it in the dump." And they would say, "Well, no, you don't understand. If I take it out of here, I'll get fired." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because it's just not legal for us to take an employee to take anything out." And I said, "Well, I give it to you." They said, "Don't matter." He said, "Now, if you give it to me outside the gate, it's okay." And so there'd be times I'd follow somebody outside the gate and give them whatever trash I was going to throw away. Within reason, no, nothing contaminated, wrong, or whatever. I mean, it was all up and up. But you can't do stuff. They can't just take stuff off, and it actually belongs to the demolition company. And so the only thing I ever pulled out was stuff that I was going to throw away, and so little pieces of something like that I would keep, just because of one day I might be able to do something with it. And so I may make a guard for this out of that little piece of copper, which I think is big enough that, because I think it was the back blade, or it might have been the back blade off of a heavy duty fuse, a big 600 amp fuse or something. But it's big. I think it's big enough to make a guard to go on there. So anyway, that's some plans and stuff that we're going to look at and see about doing there. So again, I want to bring you guys along. to try to help me out and tell me where I'm doing things wrong. If you're interested in this particular blade, there's number SO-BL614. So, like I said, this is going to be a knife one day, and we're going to make a scabbard too as well with it, and kind of do the whole 9 yards. And I hope that we do it together, so that we both learn. You teach me, and maybe I can do something that'll show you a little bit about something that I can do. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy spending time with you guys. I enjoy with you guys being around. So I'll see you on the next one. I thank you and I appreciate you, and we will see you there. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.